Hi everybody, it's Vice President and Chief of Staff Patrice Bell coming to you live and direct, well maybe taped and direct, from her kitchen somewhere near or around the 7th Ward of New Orleans. So today I am going to be preparing some crawfish pasta and possibly another little treat that I want all of you to try making at home. I've heard quite a bit about cooking with Curtis and that he specifically called me out with his lip-smacking Patti LaBelle mac and cheese. And while that looked really yummy, I think you might enjoy this traditional New Orleans dish just a little bit more. So as you can see, you have to melt 2 sticks of butter, and don't judge me, butter is a health food as far as I'm concerned. You're going to have all of your ingredients you need out. Some heavy whipping cream, no, not milk, not soy milk, not almond milk, not low-fat milk. You want delicious heavy whipping cream. Your seasonings to taste, you get to add that however you want. I personally like a little onion, a little garlic, Tony Chachere's. I should get an endorsement deal for this, a little salt and pepper. At the very end of cooking, you're going to have your Louisiana crawfish. Yes, I said it, Louisiana crawfish. The others don't taste the same. And of course, you need a little bit of the Trinity, some onion, some green pepper, and some green onions to give it that good New Orleans pop. And later on, we'll garnish it with some Parmesan. Let's see what's happening over here in this pot. So the butter is nicely melting. You don't want it to burn, so you want to make sure your fire is not too high. You're going to take your heavy whipping cream and add to the pot. Put it in the butter, the heavy whipping cream, some seasonings to taste, and a little bit of that holy trinity of New Orleans cooking, that onion and garlic and bell pepper, to give everything such a delicious flavor. And we're just going to stir this around a bit and watch it come to a nice rolling boil. Once it does that, it will start to thicken and we'll be able to add in our crawfish or whatever protein of choice. In the pot, it's starting to bubble up. You don't want it to boil over the sides of the pot because it will be quite a nasty mess to clean up, but you see how it's getting a good and thick texture coming to it. Nice and creamy. So at about this point, I'm going to put in a little bit of that Parmesan cheese to help thicken the sauce and give it a good and rich flavor. I would tell you how much, but I rarely measure anything, so you have to use some judgment when cooking and do things to taste. So let's stir that in and let it continue to thicken. While I'm watching that cream sauce come to a nice little boil to thicken up, I'm over here also flouring and seasoning some fried fish, so I can fry a little bit later to go with our crawfish pasta. So now we're carefully going to get all this delicious crawfish. Remember I said Louisiana crawfish only, folks. Have a much different taste. All of that juice that comes in the bag, you want that all in there. You're going to mix that into your nice creamy sauce. Every crawfish counts, so we couldn't leave that one in the bag. You're going to break that up a bit and stir it in. See how it's getting that nice pink tint from the natural crawfish juices? So now I have my little tasting spoon. That's the real judge to see if it came out okay. Good. It needs a little more cheese though, but I'm a cheese lover. So you judge for yourself, but we like it cheesy at my house. Any kind of pasta works for this. And for those of you watching your carbs like I'm supposed to be, you can even replace it with some zoodles. So it makes it a nice lighter and healthier dish. But it's Friday night and I'm not worried about that tonight. So I'm gonna get it nicely melded in. Lots of delicious crawfish. Gotta get some of that creamy sauce in. All right, so we've tossed in all of the delicious cream sauce over the penne pasta and those crawfish. And it's time, just about time to serve this pasta up. So we are going to put a little more cheese on top. And you can do this, you don't have to if you don't like it, but I love to put a little fresh shallots or green onions on top to garnish it, to make it nice and pretty and bright. And there you have it. Make sure all of the beautiful catfish strips are covered with our coating. So I seasoned the fish first with a little salt, pepper, lemon pepper gives it a good flavor, and then coated it with some traditional fish fry from New Orleans. And let me make sure that this grease is hot. This is the way to do that, kids. See how it bubbled up just perfectly but didn't burn? That means it's just the right temperature. You don't want your fire too high because you want it to get to a nice golden brown color and cook on the inside, juicy and delicious, but be nice and crispy on the outside. We're watching the fish start to get nice and brown, so I'm going to give it the first turn. You'll see it's not quite as crispy as you would have expected for me to turn it, but what we want it to do is cook all the way in. And after I turn all the pieces, I'm going to turn the fire up a bit to get it nice and golden brown. Bubbles have slowed down in the pot, and so we're going to remove these delicious golden pieces of Louisiana catfish. Better than Sodexo's fish fry days, trust me on this. And so just like that, you have some delicious crawfish cream pasta and some nice golden fried catfish. Hope you're having a great time where you are and you're studying hard, and you remember that you are Xavierites, and Xavierites always stand up. As for me, I'll be here in New Orleans waiting to welcome you back in the fall. See you soon. We'll try this now. Perfect.